Mm. Hi guys. It's a good morning from Uganda. Actually, I hope you guys are doing good. I don't know how many destinations I chose, but well, I hope you guys can still hear and see me, of course. It's a good morning from Uganda. It is 10 minutes past one, and I usually come a little bit late because of the network and I choose to come like at this time because there's not too much traffic and I can see Kip is around here with me. He's hi.
Hey, I need to tell everybody we're live.
Yeah. Hey,
I need to post. I need to post this in our family Facebook.
mhm.
Oh, are we live on? I want to. Are we live on Facebook? I guess we are live on Facebook. I gotta look. I know Facebook has shut us down too. I gotta. I'll look and see. Yeah, yeah, because what we talk about. Everybody knows what's going on. This is real. It's very real. Very real. It's very real. Yeah, it's very, very, very real.
Wow, I'm really surprised. I mean, like, what did we talk about? Like, what?
No, I
I
think it was.
mean, I
I
don't.
think I don't know. They said I think it was what me and you talked about yesterday. Not, I think it's what me and you talked about because we found out this morning when we got in and we tried to do the shows on Facebook this morning. It said Facebook, you're in threat of losing your Facebook page for what you've been talking about. So we know what that is.
What's going on?
What's going on? It's the worldwide censorship. What do you mean what's going on? You better. What do you mean what's going on? People that control the world don't want to talk about certain topics. You have a few people that control the planet, own and control the
Unbelievable.
planet. They don't want you talking about certain issues. That's what's going on. Not allowed,
But
especially the
how? I
African.
mean, how is someone gonna talk about? How is someone gonna bring news without COVID in it? I mean, because COVID is the trend, like right now.
Well, you're
Just
not.
dark.
Well, you're not going to talk about it in a way that doesn't agree with what they're saying. You can talk about, it, but you got to agree with. Say, hey, vaccines are great. We love vaccines, and all black people should be vaccinated. And everything is great, and COVID is real, and people, you should go and have fun while you have COVID. Everything's great. That's what you got. If we say that, we're good.
Oh my God, this is terrible. Can't just believe it. Oh God. But anyway, so I don't know this other channel. I don't know. Do we have viewers from this channel?
Yeah, but that same child, the same ones we had yesterday. They got Kate on right there. See, he's right there. People showing up. Got Kate on there. They'll show up. They always find us, Maria. They always find us.
Because it's
They always
crazy
find
for
us.
me. Anyway, it's it's kind of crazy, but whatever. Now we have nothing to do about this racket, guys. If we only had, I don't know. I even don't know what to say. It's just so
They
terrible.
understand people.
How people
Terry Busana, everybody. Got people understand people are at war with us.
so bad. I can see Ken down seven is already here watching us, guys. You're welcome, Black of Fire Network. It's me, Africa Marie, and of course, I'm with Keith in the studio is tonight. And like you say, that our Facebook channel was put down because of yesterday's discussion we had labor. This is kind of crazy. This is so crazy. But what can we do? Still, we have to continue this hustle. And I don't know. Keith, I guess you have to be having a lot of YouTube account to back up. This is crazy. I'm laughing about it, but it's just so stupid. Well, let me hope they will not put us down today because I call them stupid. Hmm. Anyway, so today we're going to, of course, still, what are we going to talk about now? Because if we talk about COVID, they're still going to put this down.
But, but we
Mm.
got speaking cold. We got speaking cold. Mumpy Dafford is asking me a question about his whole family. She asked me a question. His whole family got it. And the sad thing, I got to tell him, hey, man, you better wear a mask because it's going to do what? It's going to do you know what to you. So I'm writing it right now in the WhatsApp that chat room to let him know. It's breaking my heart. The whole family is now a bomb. I shared the video. Your whole family's now. I can't even say it. I can't say that. But just say if people have got it, you around it, you must be the one to wear the mask. So I'm gonna say. I'll leave it like that. This is so why you can't talk about it. That's why you can't talk about it. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you should know what's going on. When you can't talk about something, then that's the agenda. The agenda is not about you being healthy and loving you and everything's great and people. I'm saying everybody gonna get the COVID. It's great. It's good, black people. You go get it, love it. I support you getting it. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic, family. So I'm just doing what the algorithm is let me say.
Now, whatever. We're still going to talk about it two times. I'm going to put this down. I don't know. But I mean, there are things we cannot run away from. Um, but anyway,
Yeah.
so what's the still we're going we're going to look at the situation in Africa. I don't know how far you guys are, and I don't know how black people prepared with this coming era, of course. And I believe the situation in COVID is not gonna end like right now.
No,
It's afraid.
they're gonna keep it going.
They're gonna keep
Seriously.
it going, and I don't know, like for us, I don't know how we're gonna be parents. I don't know, sometimes even you're afraid to bring a child in this world. I mean, you're like, how am I gonna have a baby in this kind of situation? How is my child gonna grow up in this kind of stupid
Yeah.
generation? And
Yep.
everything's just so appalling, you understand? But it's crazy. Anyway, so we are seeing this kind of massive. So now this is gonna be so crazy, but it's happening in Africa. Like everyone's wearing masks. I mean, you've seen videos to the point that someone's trying to get food in their mouth, and then they remember they have a mask on their mouth, and it's kind of crazy. But now this African situation. Sometimes there is there's this kind of white. I mean, life. You guys know over that side, like everything's smooth and. But now we're gonna look at an average African wearing a mask. You understand? And this is somebody who has only one mask and is supposed to wear the mask like to work there. Now this is crazy, but it's true. Now I feel like the masks are doing more harm to Africans than good. Because now you're gonna look at an average African who really does not see a mask as something that's great or very, crucial, or I mean, like he needed. These are people who do hard work. Let's talk about farm work and what have you. And then they are buying these substandard masks that people have made from the tailors and from different clothes and different, materials and whatever. And somebody's having one mask and is wearing this mask like almost all the time. You understand? Is going to contaminated places with this very mask. Tomorrow is waking up first in the morning, just putting on the mask the way they want. So I feel like I mean, they knew how Africa's situation is, and we are seeing some other people, suffocating and dying. It's kind of crazy. There is a video that was trending all over social media. About a cyclist, somebody who drives a motorbike for transport here. The guy just, had a short of breath, and he fell down from his motorbike, and he died. You understand? So I don't know. People were saying that he could not breathe well because of the kind of mask he had on him, and he was riding on spear. I don't know. So everyone is like fearing to wear the mask, and people are like, no, this shit is gonna kill us. Oh, I can't, blah blah. Well, let me hope they will not put this channel down for saying this now. Shit, right? But you understand? So, well, you look at the situation here, it's like everything's not going to back to normal. Every child, the children, the young girls of Africa now are getting pregnant. You know, an African girl can't even get pregnant at 12. More especially in Uganda. Uganda, a 12-year-old girl can get pregnant. She can become a mother. I don't know outside Uganda how it is, but it is here. So like I'm seeing a lot of pregnant young girls around all over. So I'm like, what's going on? And our parents, the parents, I mean, have it's kind of sad, Gary. You understand? And then there is this young girl I met like today in the morning, and I was like asking her, okay, so she was, there was a way she was behaving a kind of weird way. It was like, girl, come here, because I was like at my top, and I was like asking her, are you okay? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, there is no school in Uganda now. People are just there the way they are. And of course, as much as we not support the education system, but at least somehow it has tried to keep our young girls in check. Okay. So it's what gives people a thought of a brighter future. Because when an African's going to school, they have the mentality that I'm gonna have a brighter future. You understand? So most parents don't even focus on like teaching their children, what else to do or what should you do, even if it's not about white school, white education. So black people having a mentality that without school there is no future. People running around and believing they do not have future anymore since there is no school. You understand? And I'm like, what's going on? Okay. So I asked this young girl, she was like, there is no future. There is no future, man. She was wearing this kind of, it's kind of crazy. And she was working with some guys. I mean, I think they work in mechanic or something. They repair motorbikes or something like that. And they were touching her body like crazy. I was like, gosh. So when they saw me, they withdrew back. I was just looking at girl. So she was standing around. I called her. I said, what's up? What's that you doing with those guys? So she just said, there is no future. I said, what? I said, why did you say there is no future? I mean, that she was like telling me there was no school. I mean, there is no future. So we got to do what we got to do. I said, really? You know what? I mean, I mean, this is a 12-year-old girl, you know. So it's like if I saw this, I wonder how many young girls out there are getting it all wrong. I mean, I don't know what parents are doing. I don't know what's going on. But like I said, in Africa, it's kind of crazy now. We having the mentality that the white education system is the way to the brighter future, and right now there is no more education. Everyone feels like there is no future because a 12-year-old girl now telling me that there is no future. So her future is in that. What she's trying to do with this, guys, so insane. So I don't know. I don't know how, but I don't know what is happening in Kenya, South Africa, or other places. But in Uganda, there is no school anymore. I mean, children are home, and there is high rates of early pregnancies. Other parents in remote areas are putting their young children into marriage because they feel like that's the best way. And then also children
Mm.
have lost hope. And by the way, when the school reopened, that was when was that? In March this year. A lot of children dropped out of school because they lost interest of going to school. And it's like we need to sensitize more, especially when it comes to Uganda. We need to sensitize the parents that it's not only the white education system that can give a future to their children, because it's like all parents have also lost hope. There's no one coming out, to impart, different knowledge to their children. But again, what can they do? Because it's like everything has been closed down. You cannot take your child to tertiary. They cannot go learn bakery. Everything's just so closed. I mean, so the country is in that confused state when it comes to, education, no matter the kind of education. You understand? We've also that most African people have rejected the traditional education system nowadays. They do not believe in it. So I feel it's a high time maybe we hit the bigger drum of them going back into that kind of education system, because I mean, even today, Uganda, you will be educated with your masters and whatever, but you still got no job. So what's the difference anyway? You understand? So, but I also want to pose a question. I don't know. Kids are in the US, are schools open?
Yeah, schools are open.
So how are you
Schools are open.
handling how are you handling the situation with the children in school over there?
My kids are grown, damn it. My kids are adults. I don't I don't know how they handle it. Shit. My kids are adults. Ask Nish. I know why the schools are open now. I know the reason. I had to talk to you on WhatsApp, Maria, to let you know what's going on. I know why they open. There's a reason why they open in America. There's a reason. It's wicked too, boy. It's some wicked ass shit. I know why they open. And what's the reason why they open? It is part of the agenda. So yes, the schools are open in America, and it's part of the damn agenda. It is, man, it's oh my God, it's some brilliantly wicked ass evil shit. So yeah, the schools are open. Schools are open.
Right now here in the schools in I don't know, I think they're open in Kenya, but here they
Yeah,
are not.
yeah, I
So
think they're
here
open
they
in
are
Kenya.
closed. Mm. Here
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah,
open.
yeah. They're open in Kenya. To a certain extent, I think Kenya still has a curfew from the people going crazy last month when they tried to extend the curfew. People were like, hell no. No, Kenyatta came
And
back
where
and pushed it. Kenyatta came back and pushed it from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Because it was 8 to 6. So you out your damn mind. You better stop. You're destroying our businesses. You're destroying us. You ain't giving us no money. We starving. We got no food. We got no money. We talking about shutting down our businesses. Yeah, mix it online and in person schools. Yeah, but many have started homeschooling, which is good. Exactly. I believe African people should homeschool.
hmm
I'm not. I'm not giving my. I'm not giving my kids over to the white supremacists. I always tell people to homeschool. If you got a choice, teach your own children. Teach them what you need to know and have them close to you, because these wicked bastards will do something to your kids without your permission. And once they do it, it can't be undone. Nobody's got no
True.
permission to do shit to my children.
True. And
That's
now
out.
that's what I look at now. I mean, I know Africa is gonna wake up slowly by slowly, but now they have this mentality that it's only that white education system that can give a future. You understand? And I
And
also
that's
give the
sad.
example
And that's sad.
of this young girl who was telling me that she got no future just because schools
Hmm.
are closed. You understand? But
Yeah.
and then parents even don't know how to go about it. It's like we are so lame, and we do not really understand this matrix more, especially when it comes to education. Most
Well, we get
Africans are told,
well. You've been dominated as a people, Maria. Africans been dominated, so they have no. When you have no belief in yourself, you believe everything came from white people. Then you're in a country that didn't go back. It was better, but Idi Amin was there. At least Idi Amin, as bad as he was, as they try to say, Idi Amin knew African history. Idi Amin knew who the fuck he was. Under Museveni, you don't know who you are. It's been 35 years of not knowing that you educated white people, as Idi Amin told white people. We educated you. You didn't educate us. That's a fact. We brought colleges to you. We taught you how to read and write. Idi Amin knew that.
Mhm.
The 70 probably
Mhm.
don't even know that. He ain't taught his people that. So he hasn't taught them to be self-sufficient and how to educate their own children. So he's made them even
Mhm.
more dependent on people that are willing to damn destroy him. That's a
True.
and, and that comes from his no good bad governance for 35 years of the country. That's why they hate Idi Amin. Idi Amin knew his history. He told white people, "You ain't better than me. You can't tell me nothing. We educated you." He used to make those white people bend over and bow in front of his ass.
True.
I mean, would
And
have
then
white
I
people
think,
come and bow in front of him because he knew who he was. That's why they had to get rid of it. They knew he knew who the hell he was. You couldn't tell him, "Oh, you white people better than me." He said, "The damn you are. I know my damn history. Crazy as hell." And so, with Africans and you got not knowing their real history no more, they don't. Oh, well, without white people, what can we do? You couldn't tell Idi Amin no shit like that. I mean, without white people, what can we do? The hell are you talking about? Idi Amin was brash with. He was unapologetically African. What the hell are you talking
Mhm.
about? Get all these Indian bastards out of here. He was unabashedly African. I love that man. I love Idi Amin. He's a real.
Well, either
He
me
was a
was
few
either.
African. He was the few African leaders you ever had that was African. African first. He was black first.
Mhm. Either
But
me
go ahead,
was
Maria.
that. I mean,
I
that's
didn't mean to get on
true.
my. I didn't mean to get on my tangent. Go ahead.
Edelman was, was someone who was looked. Most people looked at him like he was not so educated since he was not speaking like fluent English. But I mean, understood almost a lot of things actually. I was this kind of person you could easily intimidate no matter your color.
But
And
he
he
knew who he
also
was.
hated people who could speak like too much of English. And they used to say that whenever he could speak like a lot of English, he would say, "What's your problem? Are you sick?" That's what we always question. Yeah, and then everyone was so afraid of speaking their English in front of him because it was like, "Are you sick? Do you need a doctor? What happened to your language?"
He right. He right. He talking about going back, maybe claiming African language. So yes, I, I'm
So,
ashamed that I don't know. I'm ashamed that I don't know Swahili or one African language. Africans, you should always be grateful that you know African language because you can dream in your language. I don't have. I can't dream in my language. I'm dreaming in the white man's language, which is fucked up. So always be happy that you can dream in your language. You can go back and recapture the language of your ancestors and speak with them in a language. I can,
mm-hmm.
I'm dreaming, me,
Especially
my
if you're
ancestors talking to them
dreaming
in
in
English.
English.
They say, I'm in my dreams, hey, I'm talking to my ancestors. And they say, we don't understand the language you're talking. It's English, damn it. But we never met no English people.
True that. For sure. I mean, because at that dream we are going spiritually, and of course, you're right. I don't know if there is anyone who dreams in English. Of course, it's always in our tradition
Oh
and
yeah,
spiritually.
I do. I do agree with him on that about the alphabet agenda about Miss Seven. But most Africans agree with the non-alphabet agreement that they completely bought out. Like down in South Africa, you got people running around. You got grown men running around in women's underwear and shit on the streets in South Africa. That shit crazy. TV on, on TV, look at African men on TV in South Africa. They got booty shorts on. You're like, what the hell? What kind of TV is this? What's going on? God damn! Zungu has destroyed the African in South Africa.
Not for sure. Not spend. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, I don't know, but I don't know. It's a little bit funny. I don't know. I don't know because in Africa. Okay, I think sometime way back in tradition. I don't know if people used to move naked or something like that. I don't know.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
because Africa is a very hot climate, so there was never Africans were very respectful. Maria. So what the thing about raping women? Black women were actually put on a pedestal because the black woman didn't wear clothes didn't make her accessible to rape because the African have real high morals. That was the culture in African all over Africa. We didn't have any bull. That was the African culture. Understand what you're talking about. People get talk about these dumbass tribes. That's not a different culture. It's a different ethnic system within an African culture. The one culture. That's why you got chiefs all. That's why you got chiefs in Ghana, chiefs in Uganda, chiefs in Tanzania, chiefs down in Mozambique, chiefs in goddamn Zimbabwe. It's one African culture.
That's
And
true.
you'll take things and put maybe an ethnic spin on it, but the culture is still one. So the African had reverence reverence for black women, because understand without the black woman there was no creation. So we couldn't just be running around raping her and disrespecting her. Sadly enough, that's changed now because of Western and white Arab influence into the continent. But back then, African woman wasn't worried about being raped and violated. But the culture has changed because of invasions by these other non-African people. And they've changed, sadly enough, they've changed the culture of African people. They're not as moral as we used to be. We always considered the moral people of the planet. That's a fact. You go look that up. Africans are always the moral. To have an African hate you is hard. Africans don't even know how to be racist. They're loving and forgiving. So the enemy of beating and raping us, it's okay. We forgive you. Let me love and hold you. So in the African, doesn't know how to really even be racist. It's not his nature. It's not the African's nature. It's not his nature.
That's true. That's true. But now, well, we see a lot of crazy things nowadays going on with our tradition, culture. I think people are mixing the Western air with tradition
Of
and doing
course.
a lot of crazy things.
Well, of course
Because
they don't know their way back. When you don't know your a lot of the African traditions have been lost through 200 years of
mm,
colonialism. So you're trying to go back to the culture and you really don't know. You really might have to start it all over again, start it fresh and have it on
in
on
tradition, into
go ahead. Good, Marie.
African tradition, and during the days of our ancestors, a woman was so very respected by
Yes.
men, and I don't see any man trying to rape a woman.
No.
Women were so respected, despite you know, despite of them knowing that we are the protectors of those women. They held women with the high,
That's the theme.
highness, and compared of today, with this whole education that man and the Bible, something trying to put a woman down and that kind of thing.
Down. Yes. Because it's not your tradition. You ever notice that the white man's Bible, the white man's Quran, puts women on the bottom, especially
mm,
black women. Teaches women to be on the bottom, which is not true. That was never African culture. You couldn't survive without the black woman. She is the creator of everything. How can your woman be on the bottom if she's the one that brings life? Without her, there is no future. You can't. Without
and,
her, nothing exists. Go ahead, Marie.
and in tradition, you could see that the whole society was protecting a woman.
Yes.
And I don't really see them trying to rape a woman or trying to do some bullshit. And then women were so sacred, you understand? Women were so sacred because they were holding something so sacred, and everyone was protecting them like they were their life. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but today, I mean, it's not the case. You understand?
No,
It's okay
because the
for a
culture,
woman to do.
because the African culture's been destroyed. That was the whole thing. If you go back, we got to get you start reading like, small books. You got to read the invasions of Africa from the white Arabs and the white Europeans. When the Arabs came to Africa, they were so offended. They were so offended that the African woman had power, had respect, and had a reverence. They were so offended by this, Maria. They were so agitated that the black woman
Mhm.
had the right to speak amongst men, had wasn't put in high authority, was given high esteem. It made these people so angry because that's not the way they treat their women. Their women are not allowed to talk. They're not allowed to wrapped up in mummies and shit in that goofy garb. And just like the European, that was never
Mhm.
African. The Africans understood real universal science that the creator of everything was mostly woman, mostly female. Because through everything, the black woman is nothing but a microcosm of the macrocosm. She's the closest thing to God on the planet. She's the microcosm of the macrocosm, the universe. The African knew that. That's why when you study anything in science, the universe is like a woman's egg. It's a female egg. So the black woman is just a manifestation of the 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 the, the God on the planet. But the African knew that. So he knew, hey, we can't create anything without this woman. So it couldn't be no man God. It can't be no Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. That's faggotry. Where's the woman? You can't create with no Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It's a lie. You can't create with no fucking Allah. It's a lie. Where's the woman? They all took out the woman. You can't create nothing without a woman. So that lets you know in nature, you should be able to look at the African knew in nature. He can look and know what the truth and what the lie was. You should be able to look at
Mhm.
Christianity and know it's a lie just by nature. You should be able to look at Islam and know it's a lie just by nature. They taking out the woman. You can't have anything without the woman. Even plants have feminine aspects. You can't have life without the woman.
And the Bible teaching that woman, the one who brought evil.
Exactly. So you know
African.
that's a lie. That's a lie. The woman is the one who the woman was the one who enticed the man to bite the apple. Are you a child believing that goofy shit? That's a lie. Idiotic nonsense. The woman came from the man's rib. I give you signs. Your mom's a nurse. Ask your mom. The woman is double X, Maria. XX. The man is XY. That means he came after the woman. That's just science. That's a fact. So he
Mhm.
didn't come before the woman, and the woman is more superior because she's double X. The man is missing a chromosome. He's XY. So he's not as complete as the woman. That's nature again telling you that these stories, these religions are lies. That's what it's showing you. But your ancestors were scientists. They knew that. And the
That's true.
woman came first. That's what science showed you. You can't have no man. When's a man ever gave birth to a baby, Maria? When? I'll wait.
And then most people, I mean, the Bible teaches that the woman is evil, and when we
Yes,
look at it, when you look at the
because that
Quran itself,
because
the
that's white
Quran,
men. White men
there is
don't. White
only.
men and white Arabs wrote that shit. They don't like their women. Go, go, Maria.
And in the Quran, you will find a lot of men's, names being mentioned there. And there's only one woman who was mentioned there. Of course, that's Maryam. And all Muslims are like, why are women not in the holy book? So it's like God does not recognize women.
Of course
And when you
not.
look at the Bible,
Then you see you're too smart. You realize that means it's a lie. Written by white men and white. It don't recognize women.
mhm,
I mean, it goes
and
against
then
nature.
And then you look at the disciples in the Bible, still they're all men seated around Jesus. And the only
Girl,
woman they keep talking about is
the
Mary and the
prostitute,
sister.
Magdalene. She's a
Nobody.
dirty,
So,
she's a dirty prostitute. The woman, Jesus said, "Hey, you dirty prostitute, I like you, and don't you touch Mary Magdalene, who's out here having sex for money." It's all stupid. It's idiotic. And that person never happened. Shit's made up. That's why I can make fun of it. I know the story's a lie. I know what it was made up from. It never happened, but it was to debase women because that's who they are. You got to think about somebody that vibrates low who has animal culture. So in the animal kingdom, the females treated badly. But you, as an African woman, African people, you vibe at a higher vibration. So you were closer to knowing what was real. You can look at all these goofy religions, they have nothing to do. They can't survive science or nature. They're out of balance.
mm,
They say the woman's evil and all this crap. The woman is to bring up life. Fuck can she be evil and cursed? You got then if she was evil and cursed, why did God give her the power to make babies? Then dummy, that's oxymoronic. It's idiotic. It's idiotic.
and then and then the Bible says black I mean when black people are the other tribe. I don't know which tribe. I was talking to one
When they
pastor
try,
one time who
when they try to say you were
questioned
cursed, they mess it up. When they messed up, they say you're children of Ham. Because when they were trying to steal Egypt, they forgot that the Hamites were the Kemites. And then they get mad and say, oh no, those are white niggas. Those are white black people. Because they want to steal the history also of Egypt. Because in the Bible it tells you that Ham, which is Kemet, are black people. But then it just said, oh no, those people are white. But in your Bible, right there it says those are Hamites. It said the Egyptians are
him.
Hamites that are black. That's in your Bible. The lies, the lies messed them up because everybody knows
And I went
that.
to
Go on, Maria.
now speaking about the Hamites, it's kind of crazy. And when they're teaching in African schools, they'll start breaking the tribes. They'll start breaking that we got the Hamites, we got the
Those are lies. See?
Nilotics, we got
Lies.
the. I'm like, well, what the? I mean, and this is in school. They even said it in examination, and
Wow.
you say they're not Hamites, then you're gonna fail it to zero. I mean, they break it like we have Hamites, we have Nilotics, we have
No.
Luo, we have I don't know this kind of bullshit.
No.
I'll be breaking that shit
No. They
out
talking about
altogether.
the Nile literature. The Nile literature supposed to by the Nile. That's all white people lying definitions. No fucking such thing. I tell them about you can't accept their definitions. It's like I was talking about. You give them power when you accept their psychoses. African people never define themselves as no Nihilistic. And so okay, let's say when Africans in South Africa, right? And you get the Dutch that show up, right? The Dutch show up in South Africa, right? Then they want to now
Mm-hmm.
be called Afrikaans. Hey, Afrikaans. And then the Africans agree to this shit. You say no. They try to get attachment to Africa. You're not an African. You're a motherfucking Dutch. You're Dutch. You ain't no fucking Afrikaans. We're now Afrikaans. No, you're not. You're Dutch, motherfucker. And then what you gotta, some people gotta say, no, you're Dutch. You ain't from no fucking Africa. Cause you psychotic. We're speaking.
I think they wanted that that feel of belonging to Africa. And the
Of
good
course,
thing is like
well,
everybody.
it was a way of stealing the land. It's a way of saying we got tired of the land because we're Afrikaans and we have a culture that we're developing in Africa. So we're not you dirty Africans, but we're Afrikaans. No, cracker, you're Dutch. Get your Dutch ass out of here. You're not an Afrikaan, and you don't speak Afrikaans. You're Dutch. You're from Holland. You're Dutch. And I'm not going to play your psychotic games and call you an Afrikaan. You are Dutch. Pretend to be an Afrikaan or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You're Dutch. And Africans have to take back that power. You don't let these people define them and define you what the hell you are. You agree? Yeah, I'm a nihilistic Because the white man called me that. You out your fucking African mind. You're not a Nihilistic. And these motherfuckers are not African. You got your African
Yeah,
mind.
well, let me
Let's go
first read
good.
some comments. You can see, I can see Kel Williams is here. Kate on 7 and Anisha Peda, how you from welcome to How Fine Work. I'm also see who else is here. Of course, I'm not seeing Mosquito. And Kel Williams is saying that is asking that he has forgotten my name. And Nisha was getting at him. Anyway, Kel Williams from Colma, I mean, I'm from you got that I'm an African woman. I'm not a Dutch. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for watching Black Hole Fire Network. And you're very much let me see. Let me see who is here. I mean, I'm like having 5 viewers. I mean, where are the likes of Mosquito and this guide? Kid, we've lost a lot of our people, honestly. How can I apologize to me?
When a smaller channel, Maria. When a smaller channel, sweetheart. So that's what's gonna happen. And when you tell the truth, they're always gonna come for us. We're dangerous to white power. White supremacy is scared of us. You start waking up African people, Maria, it's dangerous. You start telling African people the truth, like Idi Amin. I don't know how they say he was done. Idi Amin told him the truth. Listen here. I'm not gonna bow for no white people. When you come to Uganda, you bow in front of me. You think when that was shown all over the world, white people like, get this nigga out of there. That picture's on. You can go to YouTube and look up. I mean, you go to Google and look up that picture. All the white people are bowing in front of Idi Amin standing there. You crackers are gonna bow when you come in front of me if you want to do business with me. And they all got that involved. Yes, great Idi Amin. Yes, we bowing.
By the way, they used to respect him and feared him a lot because Idi Amin was not a game. He was not somebody
No.
you can joke around with, not even joking with him.
Nah, he wasn't gonna be nobody's puppet. He wasn't gonna be nobody's puppet. He's like, listen here, you can't try to make me feel bad, cracker. I know my history. You can't make me feel like I'm less than you. I know we taught you. Like you said, we tell that white guy, you white people really come from the caves and you stink. I said, God damn, I read the book. He told the white people, you come from the caves and you smell funny.
Hey, yeah, wait. I don't even think those people take a bath, like real. I don't know what's wrong. Why do they even fear water? Why do they fear having a bath? It's kind of
Well, they
crazy.
used to,
Anyway,
it was an African that taught them how to take a bath because they had plagues in Europe, Maria. They had black plagues, bubonic plagues. African went up and said, hey, you got to wash your ass. You stink. Your butthole, when your butthole gets dirty, you got to wash it. You got to get soap and water up in there. You stinking. That's why you got so much disease. That's what happened. That's the truth, Maria. That's a fact. I know it sounds funny. African said, you must wash your ass. So the African went and built bathhouses in Europe. The African built bathhouses in Europe so they could wash their ass. Say, listen, this you. You smell this? This how your butthole smells. Smell that. That's you stinking. So okay, let me tell you English words that's gonna make you laugh. You know how you say pardon me, pardon? You know say pardon? And most black people don't know where that came, but they say pardon. Say pardon me, pardon me, right? Pardon me came from the white people said to other people because they stunk. They were saying, pardon my stink. Pardon me. I know I stink like ass. Pardon me. That's where it came from. That's where the word came from, Maria. Africans don't even know the history. That's where the term pardon me came from. Pardon me because I stink. I'm sorry, I stink. You go look that up. That's true. Pardon my funky ass. I'm sorry I smell like butt. Pardon me.
God, oh God. Come on. And then Oh my God, this is shit. And then they be acting like black people are stinking everywhere. I feel like, when you're like around them, you see them that they're like saying black people stink. I can't. But well, it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Black people naturally clean. We taught them how to wash their ass. Maria, they didn't want to wash their ass. They refused to change their clothes. We get chance. I'm gonna share some stuff to you. I'm gonna just send you stuff. They refused to wash their clothes. They wouldn't change their clothes. So look, but before the African taught them how to change their clothes and wash their ass, Maria, they would keep the same clothes on their whole life, right? Never change it. So when they
But
died, no, hold on, let me say this. When they
but wait,
died,
hold on.
when
Wait,
they
hold
died,
on.
they,
And there
huh?
is this funny thing. Now hold on. There is this funny situation. I see black people who are dating them white people here. I mean, they all change everything about them. They're also like dirty all the time. I keep on asking myself, do these white women love dirty black men with dirty shorts? And they're like crazy everywhere. I'm like, why are they like that? So maybe they love it that way. They love dirty things that way. I don't get the chemistry. You
Yeah,
look,
they like
you
the.
look at a black, you will look at a
I,
black young man who was once smart now. He's dating a white old woman. He's
oh,
turning to be a very dirty, shabby, even does not take
yeah,
shower. It's like having that,
that's normal.
that dirty
Cause he
fever.
smells
I
them.
love her.
He's laying with them. He smells that stank, that sulfur. They full of sulfur. You got to know what the stank smells like. You don't know till you get around there. That's the truth. So check this out. So when they didn't change their clothes, when they died, they would have to cut the clothes off the body, and the bodies would boil because it was full of fleas. They had thousands of fleas on their body, Maria. Thousands of
I've
fleas.
heard
Yes, that's the
that.
that's the truth. And the body would just stand there and boil while it was dead. It was with thousands of fleas. Like, God damn. That's a fact.
I'm
See,
feeling
but
my body.
See, but I mean, when you know this history, you won't think that they're better than you. You won't say, I need to be educated by white people. If you know that your history, you won't say, hey, this motherfucker didn't even take a bath. He's full of fleas. Get out of here. How you gonna teach me shit? See,
No,
when you don't know your history is dangerous. Go ahead, Maria.
no wonder their skins are so rough. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But did you know? But you know they get lice in their hair, right? And you don't, like an animal. You know that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they get lice. We don't. Because their hair is fur. It's animal fur. They don't have hair. All we have hair is us. White people got fur. East Indians hair is fur, like an animal. And Chinese people hair, that's fur, like an animal. It's not hair. And black people are like, oh, I want that hair. I want some of that fake hair to put in my head and give me a weave and stuff. That's fur. You know that? Yeah. Go look it up. I'll teach you that. Yeah, it's fur. It's animal fur. They come from animals, so
Well,
just because you see them with a suit and tie on, it don't change that they still hairy and shit. They chest be all hairy, they arms, that's fur. It's all in their hair, all their chest, on their legs, that's animal fur.
I always see them around. There are too many around my place. I'm having one just behind my house. There is a flat where there are a lot of them renting. I see the Germany and there's some white Americans. I mean, there are very many behind my flat. So it's like a whole lot of them here. Others are marrying them. Like there's this or she's like in her 70s. She's married to
Damn.
a young African man.
And
She bought a land.
she
She
get,
was
she getting
very,
him some money. He's getting money for that old coochie. She getting some
yeah,
young penis.
she bought land and she recently constructed just clothes. But the guy's like
Mm.
crazy. This young guy is turning to like a madman with his crazy hair. He does not even wash his clothes like it's a. I tell him
Ah,
like, what
man.
happened to this boy? What happened to this guy? I
He
mean,
been
he
with that
doesn't even care
he
to
been with
go
that
moving like.
beast. He been with that beast. He been with that beast. Ask him. Ain't nothing you see him. Ask him. Ask him has he had to because you guys gotta have it and you gotta ask him has he had to get do a lice treatment for his old lady because they get lice like a dog. They get lice because
No,
they're expert. You can look this up, Maria. If you think I'm joking, look it up. They get lice. I remember when I told Cammy we was on the show. Cammy was like, "Ugh, yuck." I don't know what funny. Cammy looked at us. Cammy looked at us and said, "Oh my God, oh my God." I said, "Yeah, 'cause you don't know them. You don't know
and
them."
then I think when they come to Africa, it gets more worse because Africa is a it's full of nature everywhere. I think they be having life everywhere. Like shit.
Yeah, Africa's nature. So you sitting there and you're talking to one, makes no sense, start jumping off their head and hit you in the face. You're like, oh my God, what's that? That's life. That's life. Hey, shout out to Sister Morris. Like, Angela Morris had me laughing. Angela was in one of their house one time, and one of her friends was white, and the girl was brushing
Now I
or
see.
combing the little white
No.
girl's hair. She was combing her hair, right? And they both were sitting there on the couch, right? And then when the girl started combing her hair, combing her daughter's hair, all them bugs popped out the girl's head. And Angela said, "What the fuck? What the hell?" Because black people don't be knowing. She said, "Oh my God, keep them bugs was everywhere. I didn't know what the fuck was going on."
Let me just read some crazy comments. Derek says, and them egg roll eating motherfuckers ain't no better. And this one here saying us that the lice, fleas, bed bugs, and other creepy crawlies.
Yep.
So wait. We imagine them coming down to our tourism industries and going to game parks. And what happens there in that green grass shit with all those
Your mother had to see one before. Maria, your mom's a nurse. I'm sure she treats some white people in Uganda. She had to see all them bugs in their head and shit. she had to. She had to. She probably
it's
never
crazy.
told you about it.
No, no
She
wonder,
probably,
no
yeah.
wonder they got this too much love for animals. This whole thing of my darling baby
Yes,
girl kind of shit.
yes.
Wow.
Now you done make it. Something I'll teach you later. Yes, why they got the love for animals. They hate you, but they love animals. Exactly. Now you kind of see. I told you, you're starting to figure it out. You're starting to figure it out. They have a connection with animals. Yes.
Oh God. I mean like so crazy. Oh
So
I think
look
my
on
mind is
YouTube.
even
Videos.
uh,
Okay. I know they showed the lights on YouTube. They've been censoring all that stuff, Miss, because the African doesn't know he's waking up. I said, but how can the African don't know he was colonized? He was with these white people. You didn't know they had lice and shit in their hair like a dog. We know because we went to school with them when they integrated. I never forget when Zoe was talking. It happened to me too. You be in school, you go to chalkboard, little white girl, little white boy come up to you, and they do some chalkboard, they move their head and bugs pop out there. You like, what the fuck is going on? When you're a little
now
kid, where these
wait.
bugs coming from?
No, wait, there is a video that is trending on Facebook. There is a video that's trending on Facebook. This white man
What
went
is
to
it?
Western Uganda, and
Yeah.
the place is close to my local area. And yeah, he was trying to want to touch some little girl, and every child in the village was running, and they were speaking the local language that Akwenda kundia. That means that he wants to eat me. He's gonna eat me. They are children were running. They scattered the love of the place. And some bullshit that she wants to eat me alive in the front. And the lady who was lucky this way man was trying to explain, no, he just wants to touch you. The little girl was saying, no, he's gonna eat me. He's gonna eat me.
That's the way. Good. Shout out to that little young Ugandan girl. Ain't about, oh, it's a white man. I love him. He's white. No, great. He's gonna
It's
eat me.
very
That's right.
crazy. I couldn't stop laughing, and I was like, this young girl knows better. You understand?
Exactly.
So
She knows
this
better.
was
That's
trading.
right. That's
This was trading all over Facebook, all over Facebook, and the little girl refused for this white man to touch
they
her.
do love
I
beach.
mean, she was
And I'm
running,
sure
and
African doesn't know it. They were there 100 years with colonialism. They don't know exactly. They love to have sex with animals. They have sex with dogs. They have sex with fucking dolphins. It was all the time, and the white man was out there fucking a dolphin. He's fucking that dolphin. They fuck sheep. They fuck. It's legal. It's legal in Germany to marry their dog. They marry their dog in Germany. And you're talking about these people, you're God and superior to you. These people are marrying dogs. How are they superior to you? Talking about I need the white man to teach me. Do you need him to teach you how to marry a dog? What are you talking about?
absolutely. And of course, Kel William tells us they love bestiality, which is of course true. And with
Yeah.
it's
They
kind
went
of
to some white guy. They went some white guy in my neighborhood. He was fucking his dope. No, was a dope. No, it was his pit bull. His pit bull was named Baby Girl. He was fucking the shit out of Baby Girl. So his wife called on him because she said he's fucking the dog and not me. He's fucking the dog and not me. He's fucking the shit. He's fucking the shit out, Baby Girl. That dog.
And of course, speaking about that situation, so there is this white rich man who was around, here in Kampala, and he used to have a lot of dogs. But there's something which is crazy about his dogs now. When women come around, there is a way that dog is always so happy to see the women. Now people were questioning that why does this dog love women so much? That's kind of crazy. So
Exactly
when
right,
women
K-Dog.
would come,
Simplest came from them having sex with goats and sheep. That's how disease got in the human population. Them fucking goats and sheep. That's how simplest got in the population. From white people having sex with goats. Shit's crazy. But they're your God. The white man's my God. He's my Jesus. Do you know your white man's fucking a goat? He's fucking a goat. He's having sex with a goat.
and of course,
That's
Ken
why
don't
I
think
told you
that.
I would never be with a black woman and she told me she messed with a white man. I will always ask her, hey, you been with a white man? As I take her to dinner. We had dinner, right? We had dinner, and she say, we had dinner, and I say, hey, tell me about yourself. Have you ever been with anybody white now? I mean, I'm not judging you. Have you been with anybody white? She said, yeah, back in my past when I was young and foolish. Oh, I said, okay, cool. I said, well, hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm sneaking out the back door, getting in my car and leaving her ass. And the guy, he's like, hey, and the man came out with the bill, say, hey, here go the bill. Oh, my date's coming out. You know, he's gonna pay it. You talking about the guy that left out of here, out the back door? And I blocked you so you can't call me. You already blocked. you, you,
And it's kind of it's so crazy, and well, if you're consciously smart, I mean, whoever has that smart man will have to think, why is it that these people always put themselves first? They want you to believe
yeah,
that they're the reason for everything.
yeah.
When you look at all their books talked about them being high, like
Mm-hmm.
black people in their stories. You understand there is a reason, because I have this saying that if you're not afraid of anything, there is no reason why you have to explain about yourself. You understand?
Exactly.
So if
Every,
I
every
have
the best. Every the best, Maria. You ain't gotta always put on. I'm the best. I'm better. You niggas, I'm better than you niggas. I'm better. Because you
yeah, you're
instinctively know
right.
you're not. You instinctively know that you're not better. You know that you're not
Uh-huh.
better.
if you need to explain about yourself, that means you're not. I mean,
Exactly.
this whole game thing, and then, you know, the way,
Why? Why do you think when
and
you
then
look at the Why do you think when you look at the Olympics, you see all black people winning the athletic sports? Why do you think that is? You think that's an accident? If you get a 100-yard meter, it's gonna be a black woman win. I don't care where she's from. It's an African woman. She can be Jamaican, American, on the continent, but it's gonna be an African woman. Not gonna be a white
and
woman.
then, and then, and then do you know that when you ask anybody a question, more especially the black people in Africa, you pose a question like you'll be asking them, okay, who, I mean, we know there is God, there is Jesus, there is this. So tell me, when you're imagining God, and when you're praying to your God and you are imagining, whom are you imagining? I mean, they'll be
Hmm.
like, don't you see that Jesus with long hair? When I close my eyes, I see him. I'm like, whom do you see? Like, seriously. I mean, that Jesus with long hair. I'm like, what
Yeah,
the fuck, man?
Jesus got lights in his hair. That's a fur. And
Please.
Je-
I mean,
that
they're looking at Cruz,
that
the
that
movie
that's an,
actor.
that Jesus got. How can God have animal hair, Maria? If you knew what it
Then
was.
I'm like, I mean, they're looking at this Jesus they always portray in movies. I'm like, so one time I told a brother, you'll be playing, you'll be, praying to this man. He's busy sleeping with different women, whatever he is right now, and you'll be calling on him to rescue you. Like, what the fuck? That makes sense because this is the picture they have. Black
Well,
people be seeing this.
that's called brainwash. That's why it worked. Regular white people to today, well, it doesn't matter. We know he wasn't white, but what difference does it make? He didn't exist anyway. But they'll tell you now today, remember, to say, because everybody knows in that part of Africa there were no white people. So if he did live, he would have to be black, and that's what the goofy Bible says. Feet of bronze, of brass, black. So if he did exist, he'd be black. So why don't they turn him black? Well, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It's called brainwashing, mind control. It's called to love your enemy. To treat white people as if they're God. When these motherfuckers they didn't even wash their hands a couple hundred years ago. It was funky and stanky. They changed their clothes. Are you talking about that shit, God?
These lost brothers, and then they'll tell you that you cannot see God. You cannot see God. I don't know if you can see Jesus because, of course, people have the pictures of Jesus in their houses. I'm
Of
like, if
course
I
they do.
cannot see God, but I can see Jesus because, So
I bet,
the first thing
and I
that
bet he
happens,
don't look African. I bet the Jesus in their house don't look African.
true,
And if
that's
you
true.
ask them, Maria, if they knew history, say, okay, that's not what you call Israel. They call the Middle East no such place. It sits on the African plate. It was always known as Northeast Africa. And back then, only Africans, black people lived there. Wasn't no white people. So this picture you got has got to be a lie. We have to be an African. You don't bring me no African and put him up there and call him Jesus.
That's true.
And that's the sad,
Hmm.
and that's fun. That's what history. Just like you heard from the Arab, the Arab president back in 1960, Nasser. You go look this up. He says, "Mighty," because you got the fake white Jew there now. He says it's mighty because he knew history. He says, "Mighty funny that the African Hebrews left here black, and now they come back
Mm.
white. How's that possible?" And people can look that up. That's a real quote from the Egyptian Arab president. Said it's funny how the black Hebrew left here black. 'Cause everybody knew that was all black then, and came back white.
Mm.
So it was no white Jesus. There could never been nobody white at that time there. That was Africa, ruled by the Africans still. So wasn't no white man walking around with no dog hair. So I'm the Lord. What? And right there in your book, and you call yourself Christian, in your goofy book it says skin of brass, hair of wool, woolly hair. The only people got woolly hair are African people. That's in your book. That's in your goofy book. And you still got a white man with goddamn dog hair on your wall.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, you ain't know your own history. Shit crazy. Your Bible tells you Jesus is black. Feet of brass, like burnt brass, which is dark black or brown, and woolly hair. Now find me a woolly hair cracker. Find me a woolly hair white man.
Anyway, but one I
Look at,
know, there is time. It is high time, and of course, it is time now that a lot of Black people are awakening from this whole kind of bullshit.
they are.
And
They
I
are.
think that
They
we've
are.
been mentally enslaved for quite a long time. That some of them are realizing the matrix now, and some of them really do not believe, because they've seen people who are preaching this whole religion thing being more evil than those who don't even
Exactly.
believe in it. So most of
Exactly.
them are withdrawing from it. You understand? Because someone would say, "How on earth are you have a church, you're preaching to us, and then you are smuggling children, you are selling African young children because you're
Yes.
creating an orphanage. I mean, you are selling them. Others are being used as sexual,
Yep.
workers by the
Rape and
sex
something.
trade.
Because
Everyone
guess
is
what?
starting to
Because guess
question.
what? African. They're not God. In the story they told you is a lie. That's not God. Your ancestors knew who the real all was, the real creator was. What the white man brought you is a lie to dominate you. He got your mind believing in bullshit when you worship him, the most wickedest motherfucker on the planet. Raping, robbing, killing, and he's your God.
This channel is gonna be put down tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you
I
very
gotta
much,
let
guys, for
Maria go.
coming.
Much love, family. We gotta
I
get,
mean, guys, thank you very much.
we gotta make sure we give Maria some light spray so all the white people to come by, and she gonna notice and find it when a white person come out, and the lights gonna jump off his head and hit her. Say, oh my God, what is that? That's lice. That's lice.
I mean, I don't want to hear that lies thing because there's a way it makes my body feel like.
Go look it up, Maria. Go look it up, Maria. 'Cause I know. I told Cammy was like, ugh, she was rubbing all over her body, and when she looked up, she's like, oh my God, it's true. I said, Cammy, I'm not gonna teach you. I'm not gonna teach you that that's a lie, Cammy. Yes, it's true. It's true.
My goodness.
I experienced it as a little boy when I was at the chalkboard and the damn white girl jumped her hair. She shook her head and all that shit jumped on my body. Like, oh, what the hell is going on? I was like 6 years old. All them bugs hit me in my chest and my mouth. Marie, I was like, God damn, what's going on? Help me, Jesus.
And of course, all right, guys, thank you for being with us. I can see Bob Brewards Club he's saying, hello, I love Maria. Thank you very much for loving me, Bob. I love you too, of course. I love you, everybody. Keep it is 18 minutes past 2 a.m.
Much
here.
love,
The
family.
show
Let
is
Maria
going
go to
well,
sleep.
interesting. I can see Bob has just come in and now I'm like signing out here. Oh God, it's
Just
still
look at the
interesting. I
replay.
would love to
Look at
say
the
more,
replay.
but
You guys always find us. You guys know they're gonna take down
right.
challenge. You'll find us. Maria's gonna be with a white person compiling. They're gonna they shake their head and that light's gonna go over. Right on Maria's throat. Like, oh, what the hell is that?
Today I was looking at her. She was moving. I was like, damn, what happened to her earth? She's like, and I remember, mom, oh God, these people are crazy.
What's up, family? What's up? We didn't
Even
disturb
though like
Maria.
just like
Maria
damn,
had to
I
learn that
have
they
to
didn't wash
go
their
let
ass. Maria had to learn the whole hard truth, whole hard cold truth about them not washing their ass, them not changing the clothes.
and the black men and those black people close to them also be like crazy. And like, oh,
What's up,
damn.
family? Maria go to sleep.
I already had to go to sleep, guys. It's already 19 minutes past 2 a.m. here. in Uganda, of course, East African time. Anyway, our time is the same all over East Africa. We have East African time, Central African time, West African time, North African time, whatever it is. But it is that 20 minutes past 2 a.m. East Africa. And of course, this is me, Maria. And I love you guys. Thank you very much for coming on Black for Fun Network. Thank you very much for watching on shore. And we meet tomorrow, same time. Like I
Same
tried to
time,
come this late because I know you
same
guys
time,
will be
family. Much
awake.
love.
Yeah,
She's back.
I love you
We got
all. Bob, I love you much. Bye bye, guys. I like I say, I don't like this bio viewers, but I will say the African bye. Have a good night.
go ahead.
Mhm.